So there's characters from the books that were not necessarily featured in the movies that we want to make sure you spend time with, like Tom Bombadil. So there's an experience where you go into the world and get rescued by Tom Bombadil. Now it turns out he actually sent you there, which is very in keeping with sort of the character himself, the way he's described. So this is the River Withywindle outside the Old Forest, which you can see right there. I'm going to go to Tom Bombadil's house. Habit of skipping. He's not doing it right now. We're going to do a weather talk. It's an example of the kinds of instance experiences. Again, we don't have time to show you these right now, but maybe we'll get a chance next door. We can certainly talk about them. But here's an example of, I get sent to an instance where Aragorn has sent me here to speak to this ranger to help clear Weathertop, which has been taken over by a bunch of orcs. Now, ideally, you would do this with a party, not by yourself.
Weathertop, once a watchtower of the Dunedain, now a refuge for orcs. Candate the Ranger strives to break their foothold in the Weather Hills.
So again, Weathertop's way up there.
Greetings.
This is essentially an escort quest. So he's going to tell me what I need to do. I'm going to join him for a while. We're going to fight orcs here. And again, this is a rather lengthy instance, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But forgive me, I'm going to plug this back in. Batteries make it run not so fast. So my goal here is to make my way to the top without my friend Candate being killed. And it takes hours, so I'm not going to finish this with you right now. In fact, the easiest way for me to leave this instance is to die. So I failed the instance because I killed my escort. So she popped me out of here in a second. Yeah. So here's another example of a place that we created that doesn't exist in the books, called Agamar, the Red Swamp. We've created a character called the Red Maid, who's this servant of Sauron. And it's places like this where we have a lot of license to kind of create parts of Middle-earth that maybe didn't exist in the books, but try to do them in a way that are consistent with the world that we've all read about. So for example, I'm cheating, they can't see me. I can show you guys a little bit more of this area. When we get there. This is an elven area. Set in the mountains. I'll show you one more place. It'll be easier next door to kind of show you the way the game works and the way the questing system works. But I'm going to show you a little bit of Angmar, which is sort of our high-level area. In the 40s and 50s, this is where you work your way through the game. This is where you finally face off with the Witch King, who you've been sort of chasing around for most of your experience in the game. Very different look from the pretty hills of Greenland, the high. These are the Angmarim priests who reside in the foothills of Angmar and are minions of the Witch King of Angmar. Show you kind of a sense of what we talked about, dread, and how that affects you when you get near something that's evil. So basically what happens is you're constantly tracking the type of dread that you're up against, and it's an actual another vital that you check. What's my dread? What's my hope? And it has a relationship to the evil things that you come into proximity with. It's almost like radioactivity. It rubs off on you, and it's something that you need to mitigate over time with potions or with a healer or with...
Lying on the outskirts of Karndum is the fortress of Ulgar, home to countless orcs, goblins, and other curs of Angmar, the breeding grounds of Angmar's horde.